We are now coming on to the interesting part of the tournament where the groups are heating up. We have Group C and Group D now facing each other. We have New Zealand taking on West Indies, which could potentially be a knockout game. Similarly, Bangladesh versus Netherlands as well on the other hand. I have Rohan with me. Experience says it all, Rohan. Firstly, pressure is on West Indies, though it's at home, or is it on New Zealand to start proceedings?
Pressure, I think, will be more on the New Zealand team. I feel because first game itself they lost heavily to Afghanistan, 80 odd runs. It's difficult to get back that run rate because of the kind of pitches we are playing in this World Cup. I think West Indies, yeah, they have had two easy games. Pressure, I don't think I've ever seen West Indies team under pressure, man. They're all chill kind of players. I think they'll play the game and they'll enjoy for sure. But they also know the importance of this game. That if they win this, I think pretty much the Kiwis are knocked out. So I think you'll see a little bit of more G'd up West Indies side.
Absolutely. You will see potential G'd West Indies side. We have Bangladesh versus Netherlands coming up on the other end as well. Let's start proceedings with the pitch report of both the games. Yeah, it is starting with Lara Stadium, Trinidad hosting West Indies versus New Zealand. And then we move on to in the evening of Indian Standard Time. It's Barbados hosting Bangladesh versus Netherlands. Which one do you think will have a more of a high scoring game compared to these two?
Whatever has happened in Barbados, I think I'll go for the Brian Lara Stadium. I think it's more batting friendly. You can expect 160, maybe 170 kind of a score, provided the weather is good enough there at
Correct.
Trinidad. I think that will be a more, if you're a fan of more big hittings and stuff, I think that will be more entertaining for you rather than at Barbados.
Absolutely, and that is going to be something to watch out for. Though it's in the early morning in terms of Indian Standard Time, but the cricket fanatics will definitely wake up and watch this game because it's a potential knockout for
Pritam, just one more
more for
doubt.
New Zealand. Yep,
Is that game at Barbados or some other ground in
I
the
can see it's at Kingstown, which is Saint Vincent's, Barbados.
Kingstown? No, that's Kingstown is in Arnosville.
Yeah, Annisville. Okay,
Arnosville will be at
okay. So,
Saint
yeah,
Vincent.
Annisville ground at Saint Vincent. Yep. Okay, so that's something that has given us good games, Arnesville Stadium, not Barbados, to be honest. I'm sorry for that. But Trinidad will be something very promising early in the morning. No dew is what we can expect in that game. But we will see what happens. But let's focus on the morning game first. New Zealand versus the West Indies. Let's take a look into the top three players to watch out for. I've got these three players in my list: Nicholas Puran, Andre Russell, and Akil Hussain for the West Indies. Finn Allen yet to give a blistering start at the top of the order. Glenn Phillips and you have the Trent Bowl has to be there. Out of these six players, if you can sum it up nicely, Rohan.
Nicky P, I think we all know. I mean, huge fan of his big hittings at home in Trinidad. I think he will love to put up a show for all of us. Dre Russ, I think since the IPL, I think he has grown as a cricketer, is what I feel. Both with bat and ball, his all-round prowess has come to the fore, and I think using him as a wicket taker, I think that's been a huge plus point. Not just for KKR but for the West Indies team, because he gives you
Correct.
that couple of overs may get expensive, but he'll give you a crucial wicket in the middle overs as well as the death overs. So I think Russell's role is huge. Akil Hussain, kind of a underrated guy, always opens the bowling in the power play, balls those left arm sliders, economical wickets at times, maybe not much, but he did get a fifer in the last game though against Uganda. But very consistent T20 kind of bowler, has played all over the world in the different leagues. But I think because of not much hype for a spinner in the West Indies, like a Narayan or a Badri was there. Akil Hussain has not got that much of credit, I feel, but he's a very good all-round player as well. He bats well at the lower middle order at times and can give you a good few runs later on. So I think a very good balanced team West Indies has. For New Zealand, I'll be a bit worried because uh, this is not expected of them, because generally they come well
Correct.
prepared to the conditions and always play above their potential at times. But to lose to Afghanistan in that manner, I think would have given them a wake up call. One guy I would definitely like to see here is their captain Kane Williamson come good. I know hasn't had much of a match
Game time.
practice even in the IPL. He didn't get much, but if Williamson comes good, I think that will be a good starting point for the Kiwis.
Absolutely. And similarly, Devon Conway, who has been out for a
Yeah,
long, long
Conway.
time. So New Zealand needs a lot of game time, but now it's a potential knockout. Just like you mentioned, they lost heavily against Afghanistan. So they have to come out hard against the home side, you can potentially say, against the Windies. Glenn Phillips, similarly to Kane Williamson, did not get much game time for the Sunrise Hyderabad.
Yeah.
But we all know the amount of skills he can produce with bat ball as well as in the field. And no mentions about Trent Bolt. He can enjoy bowling to somebody like a Nicky P, as you said before, because he has had success against him. So we will see what happens. Going to the other game, which is the evening game, and the top three players. Here are the list: Najmul Hussain Shanto, the captain; Tohid Ridoy; Mustafiz Rahman are my three players for Bangladesh. Max O'Dowd, Angel Weld, and Tim Pringle. I think he has impressed me a lot to this season. Here are my six players, Rohan. Over to you.
Though Dhruv, what a talent, man. I mean, he almost got them that game against South Africa. He was batting
South
well,
Africa.
clean hitting. For a young man, I think he showed enough maturity there. I think he'll grow into a good all format player, is what I feel if you're a Bangladeshi fan. Good talent. Mustafizer, I think these pitches are made for him, and if he just hits that length, takes the pace off, I think he'll be impossible to hit. I feel honestly, I think only if he pitches it right up there, if he's looking for Yorker or something, he'll travel. Else, on a good length spot, difficult to hit this guy anywhere out of the park. Uh, uh, Netherlands maxed out, not yet come to the party. I feel Engelbrecht has been there in there about consistent guy, always kind of stands up when the chips are down for the Dutch team. Very good fielder, by the way. I think one of
Yeah,
the electric fielders the Dutch has.
correct.
Tom Pringle, consistent left arm spinner. I think the Dutch are a well rounded unit, man. I think if they get a few good breaks in at the right crucial time, I think they can stun any teams because they're excellent fielding side, and T20s are decided by the close margin. Well, like
Correct.
we saw in that last World Cup against the South Africans. If Netherlands get a good momentum, I think they can surprise any team.
But do you still think that Netherlands needs to a little bit work on their batting? Players like Vikramjit Singh, Baz Delide has yet to fire in this season.
Yeah, definitely. And also the kind of pitches they have played, I think they're not suited for their game. I think they need to adapt a lot more quicker to the Caribbean pitches and come good because they have the talent. We have seen them in the past in the World Cup in India here too. They have that good ability. The only thing is how well they can adapt to the conditions and come good because bowling's been good for them. It's the batters, as you rightly said, need to put runs on board.
Absolutely. The batters need to put runs on the board. If they can potentially score a decent total, they have the fielding and the bowling to defend any score if they bat first. We're done with the top three players for both the teams, both the matches. Let's take a look into the predicted playing 11. Starting with the morning game, West Indies set 11. I don't think so. They are making any changes, Rohan.
No, 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 I don't see any change. As you said, for me, one of the key players that they have made into this 11 is Roston Chase, I feel. Because all the other ones are like this power hitters. And in this kind of pitch where it can be low scoring, this guy is the guy who can play sensibly, bat like an anchor role,
Bianca.
basically. Uh,
Absolutely.
and gives you a couple of overs of off spin too. So it's a good balance squad they have. I think they can go all the way, man. If they again, if it's their day and they use their brain sensibly, West Indies are a gun team always in T20 format.
Absolutely. And how impressive has Gudakesh Moti been for you?
A huge fan of him, man. Since the Guyana Amazon Warriors
Correct.
team, I think very big-hearted player. You can say loves to pick up a challenge. Sometimes I've seen him ball at the death overs as well for a spinner. Bit risky, but has shown the big heart. Good guy. That's what I said. Someone like Moti takes the limelight, and Akil Hussain kind of slips through. So I think they have a good spin attack. Man, as I said, they're a well-rounded team. There's no really weaknesses they can say unless the pitch doesn't help their power hitters, or else pretty much they are well rounded.
Okay, so pretty much well-grounded side, says the Windies for Rohan. Going to their opponents, Black Caps. I have made a couple of changes. I've got back to Jimmy Neesham. I think they need stability in place of Michael
Okay.
Bracewell. Similarly, no Lockie Ferguson. I've gone back to Matt Henry. What's your thing for this?
No, the best selection I felt was Isodi there. I think they missed him in the first game. You need a good wrist spinner in these conditions to be wicket taking in the middle overs, because Santner can
Correct.
be your what do you call it, defensive kind of a bowler. He may
Defensive-minded
not.
bowler.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I think. Yeah, Isodi can pick you those vital wickets, but again against the West Indies, every bowler will fancy a chance, because they do go after you at any cost. But you need that
Correct.
experience, bit of guile in the skill set as well. I think Sodi gives them that variation. Matt Henry, Lockie Ferguson, I think only one can play if Sodi does play. Henry more experienced. Ferguson gives you a lot more extra pace which can travel, and the Windies will love it. So I think
That's the
Henry
reason
is
why.
a better choice. Neesham, for whom did you pick? Uh,
Michael
Bracewell,
Bracewell.
was it, or Chapman? Chapman, is it?
It was Michael
Pick me the
Bracewell I picked Nisham for.
Bracewell. Okay. Nisham also again experienced player, knows how to guide in the middle overs, finish well. That's something his strength is there. Balls you those odd overs, bit of a lucky guy,
Correct.
pick you odd wicket here and there. And I feel honestly, big games, crucial games, your experienced players has to deliver. So for me, guys like a Nisham or a Williamson or a Bolt, these are the main guys. If I'm a Kiwi supporter, I'll look at these guys. If they deliver, I think Kiwis will stand a chance. Else, be tough for them.
Okay, the experienced guys needs to stand up, says Rohan. I think that's absolutely correct. We will see that. Going to the evening game for Bangladesh, they had a good performance against the South Africans, yet couldn't make it to the mark. How important? I think still think that this is a good 11 to play. But how important is Shakib Al Hasan's experience? He's yet to fire with the bat.
I think they're missing Shakib not firing. I think if he comes good, I think everything else will fall in place, because, as I said, if a senior pro starts delivering, kind of puts a different energy into the team, and others will also follow and try and emulate them. Or else the younger guys like Tawhir Uday or Tanzim Hassan, all these guys, they will look up to someone like Shakib to any kind of
Correct.
an advice or anything. So if he starts delivering with both bat and ball, I think Bangladesh will get that one notch higher, because their bowling. Yeah, we saw Tanzid Hassan and Taskin, really good against South
Correct.
Africa. Even the young leg spinner Rishad, I think
Vishal Hussain, yep.
very impressive. I think still got to learn. But yeah, I think the more he plays, he'll get better. But finally, Bangladesh has found a leggy. So if they can nurture him well, I think it'll be good for them.
Absolutely, you have banged on all the playing 11 so far, and continue with this one. I don't think so. Any changes for Netherlands? Good side. It's just that on the field they have to perform.
Yeah, I mean they're led by a very smart leader in Scott Edwards, man. I think he knows the game well. As a wicket keeper, I think he knows how the game is going, and he knows also who to get in at the right point of time. The bowling changes. So if Netherlands, as I said, if they get that crucial breakthrough or something like that at a good timely situation, I think Netherlands will be hard to beat. So Bangladesh may look on paper as stronger, but you can never take the touch lightly.
Absolutely, you can never take that lightly at all. So we will see what happens tomorrow. Here is predictions time. Match number 26 and 27. West Indies versus New Zealand and Bangladesh versus Netherlands. Give you a percentage for both the games, Rohan.
I'll say 60-40 to begin with for the West Indies against the Kiwis, because it's at Tarouba, Trinidad. Because the conditions, I think West Indies have that slight edge. Since it's Arnos Vale here, I don't know how many of you seen the Arnos Vale ground. It's close to the ocean there, cool
Yeah.
breezes at times. So kind of little bit of help for the seamers will be there. So I think because both teams are very close, but because of what happened last game, and the kind of a josh that was displayed, I think Bangladesh hopefully can cross the line. I'll say
So
it's
Bangladesh can
55-45
hopefully
there.
55-45 Bangladesh, 60-40 to the West Indies. We're done with the predictions. Rohan has given us all. It's a wonderful day to watch out for tomorrow. Two cracking games. The losing side, more or less, I think Rohan will definitely be knocked out of
Yeah.
this tournament. It's a very thing all to play for all the 4 teams in the game. Both the games are at West Indies, so we will see what happens. Thank you so much, Rohan. Thank you to all the viewers for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Fifth Umpire. Press the bell icon as well. Till then, thank you so much, and bye-bye.